Have you ever had a video game that took you so long to beat? You buy the game when it comes out, and then years later, you finally finish the game? Well, that happened to me this year, and that game was Nioh. I finally beat Nioh after 9 years, and this is the reason why it took me 9 years to beat the game. It all started back in 2017 when the game came out. Well, before the game came out, I should say. My friend was talking about this game Nioh because he's a Souls fan just like me, and he was telling me one day about this game called Nioh, and it was like Dark Souls but in Japan, and you play as a samurai, and he was telling me how awesome it looked and everything. So I went home that day and I looked up the game for myself, and it looked great. It looked great. Now I kept watching videos, getting hyped for it, and then the game came out. I bought the game. I bought it digitally actually because they ran out of copies at GameStop. So I ended up buying the game digitally, and I did eventually get a physical copy. This is a used copy I got. I think I got this like a year later. But I bought the game, started playing it, and I had to get used to the controls and everything because the controls different from a Dark Souls or a Demon Souls. It plays similar to Demon Souls, but the control scheme is different. And I was enjoying it, but at the same time, I wasn't really in the mood to really dive deep into the mechanics of the game, and I just had a lot on my plate too because there was other things going on with work and school. So I set the game down, and every now and then I kind of get back to it, try to play the game again, and I just couldn't do it. But it wasn't until Nioh 2 came out, or was about to come out, that I decided to give the game another go, and then I got a little further than I did before, but then I just stopped because I got stuck on one of the levels, and I wanted to beat Nioh while I was on vacation so I could play Nioh 2. And then once I realized that I wouldn't be able to play Nioh 2 around that time, and I was gonna have to wait a lot longer because Neo's a long game, I just stopped playing the game. I said forget it. But then a couple of years later, I decided to give Nioh 1 another try because I had bought Nioh 2 already, but it's been laying in the plastic for like the longest time, and I wanted to play Nioh 2 so bad, but I didn't want to play Nioh 2 without beating Nioh 1, so I went to give Nioh 1 another go, and I ended up getting even further than before. But then I got stuck on one of the bosses, and I said, fuck this, I am out. I gave up again. And I couldn't do it. Then I tried again the next year after that, and same thing, I just gave up. And I think my issue was I was trying to beat it as fast as I can so I could hurry up and play Nioh 2 in a certain amount of time. And that was not the way to do things, because with Nioh or any Souls game, you really have to take your time. It takes patience to beat a Souls game or a Souls-like, and to try and rush through a game that you know little about, you don't know much about the mechanics and what's to come in the game, you're setting yourself up for failure. Unless you have gaming skills unimaginable. So fast forward to this year, I had a little financial issues and I had to sell my modern consoles. I sold my Switch 2, I sold my Xbox, and I sold my PS5. Yeah, I did that. That was painful. But I still had my PC, and what I did was I looked on Steam. They had a winter sale going on, and I still had money to like buy games, cheap games at least, games that weren't going to hurt me financially or anything like that. So I looked on Steam. I saw they had Nioh for $20, and I was like, "Hey, I can afford this. It's not gonna hurt. Won't hurt if I buy this game." So I bought Nioh, and I think I bought Control as well because they were both super cheap. And I said, "Well, I could finally beat Nioh since I really had nothing else to play. And now I could really just take my time with it. And on top of that, Nioh 3 was coming out, and I wanted to play that as well, but I haven't beaten Nioh 2. I haven't even touched Nioh 2. And of course, I haven't beaten Nioh 1, so well, now it's the perfect time. And I knew I wasn't going to beat Nioh 1 and Nioh 2 before Nioh 3 came out. So I accepted that already, and I think that's what actually helped me, because back then, I was rushing to beat Nioh 1 so I could play Nioh 2, and like I said before, that was not the way to do it. And I knew if I tried to rush Nioh 1 and Nioh 2, I was going to be nothing but frustrated yet again. But this time I said I have nothing else to play. I'm going to sit back, take my time, and just enjoy the ride. And that's what I did with Nioh 1. I sit back, played the game, took my time. It took me about a month to actually beat the game. But I beat the game, and it felt so damn good to finally beat that game. Finally get that monkey off my back. And it was worth it too. It was worth the time. It was worth having patience to beat, you know. And now I'm playing through Nioh 2. I'm enjoying that game as well. Not trying to rush it. I do want to play Nioh 3 before by the time I go on vacation, and I will be able to if I just keep things up. I go on vacation in a month, so I'll be fine. But I did it. I beat Nioh, and between me and you, this is probably the hardest game I've ever beaten. But I had fun with it, and I'm happy I beat it. And as far as what I think of Nioh 2, I think Nioh 2 is a way better game than this one. I'm really enjoying Nioh 2. And I'll probably do a video on that too. I'm not reviewing this game or anything like that. I just want to tell you my story on Nioh, my story on how I finally was able to conquer this game, and what it took for me to finally be patient and beat this game properly. But that's the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all enjoyed it. I know this is a short video. I will have a Resident Evil 9 video up, hopefully by the end of the month. Hopefully beforehand, actually. We'll see. But y'all stay tuned for that. With that being said, y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all take care, and y'all be safe.